This girl does not try anything, she just does it. She's a graduate of USC. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Lauren Blair.
Thank you so much, Todd. It's nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Now, you were a graduate of USC.
Yes.
In what?
2002. I graduated, and I graduated with a broadcast journalism degree, which was fabulous. It was something I knew I wanted to do since high school. It really hit me that that's exactly what I wanted to do. At the time, I thought I wanted to be in news. I wanted to be a news reporter, a news anchor. And then when I got to SC, I got to host a show. SC actually has their own television station, Trojan Vision TV. So it was really, yeah, so it was really cool. And we were, you know, this was back in the early 2000s, so it was very sophisticated for the time. And before I even went to a class at USC, I was host and producer of the talk show. It was like an Oprah-style 30-minute live talk show, and got to, you know, really interview, you know, well-known celebrities and athletes and politicians and philanthropists. It was great. I ended up doing that all 4 years to supplement my classes and education at USC, which was great. We really had a good time.
Now, you went from there to
Yes.
Fox Sports.
Yes, actually what
Tell
I
us about
did
that.
was, when I was in class, I really started to realize that maybe news was not for me, because I wanted to show as much personality as possible, and maybe didn't want to talk about the bad and the doom and the gloom every day. So, and I've always had a love for sports. Love sports, passion for sports, everything, baseball, football, basketball, everything. So I decided, why not combine the two? So I started working in the sports business, and obviously SC has a huge collegiate athletic program. So I started interning. I interned with KTLA out here in LA, right down the street in Sunset Boulevard. And then I decided I wanted all sports. So I went Fox Sports Net, and I started interning with them while I was in school and while I was doing my talk show. And got to actually, I don't know, it must have been luck or timing, good stuff was going on, and I got to be sideline reporting. When I was in school, as a student, I was sideline reporting for USC and UCLA football and basketball, and working for the Southern California Sports Report, which is now defunct, but it was a great experience, and did a lot with Fox. And actually, I'm returning to radio. I actually did a little radio for Fox as well, doing, you know, correspondent work for Fox Sports Radio on a national level at baseball games. So it was really good fun.
Yeah, I mean, Fox Sports
Yeah.
is something that I've been watching forever.
Me too, of course. Yeah.
And yeah, and I'll tell you what, to get an opportunity like that's just, it's a great experience.
It was great.
I've talked to some people that have also worked with Fox,
Mhm.
and said it was one of the best networks that they could beat with.
You know, when you're working in the sports business, you find that, you know, everyone has that passion, and everyone is bound together. There's females, males, all ages, all ethnicities, but everyone's bound by that passion for sports, and it really is something that bonds us. And so when everybody's passionate about TV and sports, it really is a magical combination, and worked with some great people. And that's really where I got my start. I was, you know, hadn't graduated school yet, but I was working as a sideline reporter, and that was great, and met a lot of people, and started to be a little bit well known in the sports business. And I thought, this is great. Before you know it, I'll be Monday Night Football sideline reporter. I'll be, you know, whoever. I'll just, you know, I'll be that's where I wanted to go ultimately. And then it was really interesting because things took another turn. Just like when you plan things out, it doesn't always go directly as planned. That's exactly what happened. I was working in the sports business, and then everything changed, and a new opportunity was presented to itself that I would never have imagined happened.
You went from there to the shopping network.
I
Now,
did.
tell us about going from Fox Sports to the shopping network.
Seriously, something I never thought. Keep in mind, I was a girl born and raised in Southern California, loved sports, had never watched a home shopping program. Thought, that's not for me. You know, that's you know, I don't know about that. I'd never sold anything in my life. I'd never worked in retail. I didn't know that much about jewelry besides I liked it. What girl doesn't? But yes, Todd, I was working as a freelancer all over Fox Sports doing TV and radio work. And someone from SC, there you go with the SC connection, a gentleman I graduated with a couple years prior at SC had contacted me. We worked together in school. He contacted me. He was the marketing director of a downtown LA manufacturing facility for jewelry. They'd been manufacturing for like 30 years for television retailers. And they needed someone because they wanted to start their own venture. They wanted to start their own shopping network. They wanted to sell their own jewelry on TV. So being with the SC Connection, the marketing director who I knew contacted SC and said, we need your best live TV person. And since I've been doing live TV in all these different mediums, they suggested me, which was so kind of them. And I said, sure, why not? I'll start this little network. We broadcasted to like 250,000 potential people in cable markets, only in like 3 cities in the United States. And we started a little network selling jewelry. I knew nothing of what I was doing except the TV aspect. That was good. I was good at the live TV, but the selling part I didn't know. The jewelry I had to study. And I was there for about 9 months. And then, turns out, we shot at the same studio lot as a bigger network. And after the 9 months, I said, you know, I'm not sure if this is for me. And the big network said, why don't you come over here? And the bigger network hired me. And I was so green, but I learned and I studied. I went to GIA to go get my gemology degree. And I really, really studied the craft of not only jewelry and gemstones, but selling. And learned it pretty quickly and got an opportunity there. And before you know it, I was prime time at that network called DSN. And I had been there for 6 years, and I actually just recently left to go pursue some other opportunities.
Well, I'll tell you what, that always helps, you know, to study gemology, because especially when you're announcing and you're selling the jewelry, you're selling the gems. I mean, I'll tell you what, and I'd like to say right now, I had the greatest opportunity with working with Lauren at DSN.
Yes.
It was only for a month, but I'll tell you what, it felt like I'd been with her the whole 6 years from when she started. And it was a great experience. And I'll tell you what, there was a lot about the gems that I didn't even know about until I went.
Yeah, I bet you could tell us anything right now about a clinohumite, or a tanzanite, or a sapphire.
Afghan kunzite. You know, I never even knew what an Afghan kunzite was.
Look at me putting Todd on the spot.
Yeah, and it's like I didn't know what an Afghan kunzite was, you know, and then they had things like pick your own indicolite, and I'm probably not even pronouncing that right. Indicolite, is that?
No, that's right. You got it.
You know, and I'll tell you what, the gems that I seen some of them. I mean, diamonds. Yeah, I've been seeing diamonds since I was a little kid.
Sure.
You know, with my dad getting my mom gifts and stuff, and you know,
yeah,
being around everybody else and in my family, and grandmother wearing jewelry, and
of course,
you know, and I get to DSN, and it was like, then they start showing more of these gems. It's like, wow, you know, stuff I had never seen before.
Yes, there's a whole other world, isn't there? And it's really fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
And through television, a lot of people across the country have been able to learn more about jewelry and gems beyond just diamonds, because it's really interesting. You're right. Most people just assume diamonds are the rarest, or diamonds are, you know, the ultimate, and there are a lot
the girl's
of colors.
best friend.
That's right. That's right. And here I went from baseball diamonds to selling diamonds, and it was really a big, big switch. But it was something where I think, like they always say, your path may not go exactly as you plan, but with the right connections and hard work and great work ethic, you'll get on the path you're supposed to be on, even if it's not what you originally intended or assumed or thought. Or tried even, and it turns out for the best, because it turns out that this was a great fit for me. It combined what I loved. It combined live TV, and most importantly, reaching out to people and almost creating a sense of a relationship with the people that you reach out to, who are all over the country,
yes,
all different types, and it was just great. So I really enjoyed it, and hopefully taught some people along the way and got to sell them some beautiful things they'll treasure.
Oh yeah, you know, like talking to the customers, they said the stuff that they got off this network, you know, the gems, the jewelry, they said it was amazing. And they said, you know, they were happy and they were glad that they were able to shop there and get that stuff, because at amazing prices.
That's right.
Amazing
that's right.
prices.
And now I've got something new in the works, which I'd love to tell you all about, that's very exciting.
Alrighty. We got to go to a that you're starting.
Yes,
Tell us about
I
it.
actually just started within the last couple of weeks at a brand new network called, okay, don't laugh, Gems Bond. Get it? Gems Bond.
There you
All
go.
right. Cheesy, not my idea. But it's called Gems Bond, and trust me, the jewelry, not as cheesy as the name. Unbelievable quality, beautiful natural gemstones and diamonds, really, really elite pieces. And I've just started there. We actually just launched on the 27th of September. We're on DirecTV, run twice a week. So every Monday and Wednesday nights, we have a great 6-hour show. It starts at 5 p.m. Pacific time. It goes till 11 p.m. Pacific time. And it's really exciting. We jam-pack those 6 hours with the best in jewelry literally the world has to offer. Literally. We have a great manufacturer behind us, all in LA. It's done in LA, so everything is done custom. Everything is one of a kind. And it's really exciting. We can even do things for our customers, like if there's something they're looking for, we can make it for them. And one of the exciting opportunities I'm going to have with Gems Bond, as you mentioned, Todd, is I'm going to be able to finally do one of my lifelong dreams, which has been to develop my own jewelry line, which I'm really looking forward to. I've always had a very unique style. You know, in high school, I think back we were talking about off the air how I grew up. And in high school, even then, I had an interesting style that set me apart. I was voted best dressed in high school, and ever since then, people have always, you know, admired that I'll take a risk with fashion and with style. And it was interesting because in all the television I've done, especially at my last network, there were a lot of people who said, you know, we love your jewelry. Bring that to us. So I'm going to try to bring some of my style, which is a little bigger and bolder, a little more unique, a lot of combinations of gemstones you wouldn't normally expect. We talked about diamonds earlier. I'm going to use a lot of colored diamonds, some great unique combinations that are up and coming in plan, and really gorgeous, bolder, different designs. Things you wouldn't find in your local store. Things that are a little imaginative and creative, and I'm really looking forward to that.
You know what? I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
Thank
and
you.
I know that it's going to be off the chart.
I'll make some gents pieces for you as well. How does that sound?
That's great. That's great.
I'll
That
have to
is
do
great.
that.
And I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that. So everybody out there, check it out.
That's right.
You know, Christmas time's coming up.
Exactly. It's going to be interesting. You know, we have a we're on DirecTV, as I mentioned, and hopefully we'll be adding more of the satellite providers and more cables. But we also have an internet site, which is www.gemsbondtv.com. Hey, I always wanted to be a Bond girl, so I guess unofficially I am, right? So gemsbondtv.com is where you can find not only our live streaming show, but some of our product, some information about us, and also my line will be there as well online, so you can peruse it. And it's still, I'm designing it. I am working harder than I've ever worked before, round the clock, 7 days a week to get this up and off the ground. But I'm really excited about it. Should be debuting probably by the end of the year. So like you said, for the holidays, right then and there, I'll probably have a couple of my launch pieces, and then all through 2011, I'm looking forward to it as well. So we're planning some exciting things, so I hope everyone can check out Gems Bond. There's something for everybody, and it's really, again, the quality is amazing, and great gift ideas, like you said, and I'm really excited to be there. We're allowed to have some fun with the jewelry shopping medium, and we're actually going to be, we're the fastest growing network in the country, so we're really excited about it.
Well, that's great. And there you have it. She's working hard to bring you guys the best and the most sparkling jewelry out there. So you know it's going to be beautiful jewelry.
Exactly.